What's up, your meatballs? Yo, Big Brother's getting down to the nitty gritty, and I'm here to break it all down for you. I'm Trey Alessio, the Dawn of Entertainment. You're watching the Big Brother Breakdown on Are You Entertained? Lot to get to today, and I have a lot to say. It's not going to be as much of a rant episode as last week, but I do have a lot to say, so let's get right into it. This was a weird week because basically we had two evictions, one on Wednesday and one on Thursday. So it kind of threw not a wrench into things, but kind of threw the house guests off a little, kept them on their toes. Very interesting week. We got a look into the jury house, which was cool. So let's just get right into it. Sunday's HOH went to the meatball Josh. He's a meatball. It was Big Brother Comics Week, which is very cool. It's always a fun thing. They have the normal competition where they zip line across and they have to look and see the differences in the comic book covers, and each of them have their own comic book character on the cover. Really a fun competition. I'd like to think when I get on next year, not if, when I get on next year, that I will be the Dawn of BB. A little mafioso kick on it, like, you never go against the family. You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and you ask me to do murder. You come to me on the day of eviction and you ask me not to evict you. I'm gonna evict you. Ha ha ha! Let's go. Yeah, so Josh wins the first HOH of the week. He puts up Kevin and Alex. He was thinking about putting up Paul. Maybe not, if not putting him up, backdooring him. Let's get real. That would have been the smart thing to do. Paul has been running the house. Like a broken fucking record. I'm saying it every Big Brother breakdown, but Paul is running the show. He is the true Puppet Master. We'll get to Puppet Master in a little bit. But Kevin goes up, Alex goes up by the hand of Josh, who is HOH. Paul wins the POV. Paul's kicking it up a notch. He's actually winning some comps, and he's doing the best not to get blood in his hands. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but he's manipulating it in ways where he doesn't get the blood in his hands. He makes it come down to a tie, the eviction vote that is, and he isn't getting blood in his hands. But Paul wins the POV, doesn't use it. He pulls Alex aside, basically because Alex at this point, she thinks that Paul is still on her side, and she's thinking that he's gonna save her, and they're gonna go final two, and it's gonna be hoorah. But that is not the case. Paul pulls her aside, and he says straight up, "If I take you, it's gonna be a repeat from last year, and I'm not gonna win." Which I do agree that if he would have taken her, it wouldn't have been good for his game. So I agree with that part. It is what it is. When it comes down to this, you have to get your hands dirty. You have to draw a line in the sand. And she had to go if for Paul's game, in Paul's eyes. I'm not saying that was who I wanted to go, but for Paul to win and to continue on his quest, she had to go, unfortunately. So Alex gets the boot, gets the eviction. It comes down to a tie. Paul throws her a sympathy vote again to just not get blood in his hands and maybe in the end say, "I didn't vote you out." We all know that it was his master plan, but Alex goes out, and then we have another HOH comp, and this is the biggest one of the, well, not the biggest one, but because the final one to actually pick who gets to go to final two with you is the biggest one. We won't know that until next week. But actually, we will know tomorrow. There's a special Friday episode, so fun fact. I'll get to that in a little bit. But Paul wins this HOH. Big moves only. Power moves only. So that was big on his part. The dude is just killing it. You gotta respect it. He's playing on this level where everybody else is down here, and you just gotta respect his game. You really do. Paul wins HOH, the second one. He throws up Josh and Kevin. Really, I'm not gonna lie to you. Here's a little breakdown for you. So if it were me, I would personally have put up, you know, I would have personally put up Josh and Christmas. It would be smarter for him to take Kevin to the end. It would be smarter because Josh and Christmas, they definitely didn't play the greatest game. They didn't play even on the same level as Paul, even in the same vicinity as Paul. But they can make a small argument that they have won something and they have formed an alliance and they stuck to it and they played a loyal game. Whereas Kevin hasn't won jack shit. The dude is social, that's all he has going for him. He doesn't know the game, he wasn't able to play the comps, he didn't win one. And I think it would have been smarter for Paul to take Kevin to the end. But he didn't want that. He proclaimed that Kevin was his target for a minute. For a minute. I thought that he was thinking about switching it. Kevin really made the biggest contribution the whole summer for Kevin was when he kind of campaigned and said, if you take me to the end, you actually have a shot at winning. If you get Christmas out, you do have a shot to win. But if you evict me and keep Christmas, then your chance is slim. And Paul, I think, thought about it for a minute, but who gets the boot this week? Kevin. I don't really agree with it. Kevin's a class act. I like the guy. He's a Boston, get in the car, drink some water, kind of guy, and I respect him. If it comes down, the two people that I want to win America's favorite player, it would have to go to either Kevin or Jason. That's who I would throw my vote to. But Kevin got the boot, and it comes down to the next HOH, the 3-part competition. This is the biggest competition of the year because the winner gets to choose who they take to the final 2 with them. So it comes down, final 3, Paul, Josh, and Christmas. Let me kind of backtrack a little bit. Like I said, I think it would have been smarter for Paul to take Kevin just because, like I said, he hasn't won anything and he couldn't have anything to campaign with. All he has to argue is his social game. On the other hand, I think the only good thing that comes out of taking either Josh or Christmas is the fact that he can say that I formed an alliance and I stuck with that alliance when I had to. Obviously, he had alliances here and here and here and everywhere, but it would have been a little bit dirtier to backstab those guys, Josh and Christmas, that is, and stuck with Kevin. But really, Paul hasn't played the cleanest of games, but that's what you got to do in the Big Brother house when you're making fucking moves. He's making power moves. The dude has played the best game all year. Honestly, it's been on the level of Derek, Vanessa, Dan Giesling, but I will say this: there's an asterisk by it because he's playing with a bunch of fucking idiots. They just don't know the game, man. And it was highlighted in the jury house. We got a little sneak peek of the jury house. Number 1, Cody's still a dick. Cody's still an asshole. You can at least contribute to the conversation. Who was it? Matt came in, Silver Fox dude. He came in, he's talking, and the dude doesn't know shit. But at least he tried to have a conversation with Mark and Elena, whereas Jason opened his mouth. Excuse me, Matt. I don't know why I keep calling him Jason. I'm sorry. Matt opens his mouth and it somehow pisses off Cody. I don't know why. He didn't really say anything, and he just walked out. Fuck that dude. Fuck Cody. You're an asshole. You're the stare crow, and get on. Get on with your life. Go have babies with Jessica and make little conceited asshole babies. That's cool. All right. Anyway, the funniest part of the jury house, Raven. Raven. Raven says that she thinks she was playing Puppet Master with Paul. For real, this makes me LOL. Man, Raven is so clueless. Matt is so clueless. They thought that they're pulling strings, and, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. They didn't win shit. They didn't win anything. And somehow they think that behind the scenes they had an alliance with Paul, and they somehow are pulling the strings. The funniest part, though, is Mark goes, yeah, we had the same alliance, and it's true because Paul had alliances with everybody. It's just funny to see how clueless these people are. Really, the only people that really deserve winning is Paul, obviously. Alex, I think, played a good game. Jason was good at times. I think he rode the coattails of Alex. But really, it comes down to Paul, Alex, and I'm going to throw Josh into that group. Josh is low-key won when he has to. And I hated the dude in the beginning. He's a meatball! He's a meatball, baby! But the dude has grown on me this much. Whereas Cody, still fuck that dude. Josh kind of makes me laugh. Just a little bit. And he's won when he had to, and I respect that. So really, I would say if anybody else is going to win in the top three, it'd be Josh. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Another note from the jury house. Jason was truly blindsided. He initially thought that Alex stabbed him in the back. And he came to learn that she had no idea. And I kind of felt bad for him. Like I said, I don't think his head was fully in the game at times. Love the guy. I hope he wins favorite player, America's player. But the dude just wasn't fully invested mentally in the game. He was pretty good at some comps, but he rode Alex coattails just a little bit. Like I said, I think Paul should have taken Kevin. I think that would have been the smartest thing. But what do you do? Honestly, at this point, it might end up the same as last year for Paul, and I think that would be unfortunate. I think Paul obviously is the best player. It would be interesting to see how he plays in like an all-star type season with Derek and Vanessa and Dan Giesling and the top tier dogs of Big Brother, Dr. Will, those type of people, because he is playing with, I'd have to say, some subpar players. They weren't fully into the game. None of them had any idea that he was stabbing him in the back. The dude has been the master puppeteer from day one. He's played a hand in everybody's eviction, and everybody blindly trusted him. And I'd have to think that there's a little tiny asterisk by his name if he wins this one. But that's here nor there. The dude is killing it. He's winning comps when he has to, and he's played a good social game. So that being said, tomorrow starts the HOH. There won't be a third. I don't think there's going to be a Sunday episode, and we get to see the winner next Wednesday. So this next and final Big Brother breakdown of this season will come next Wednesday. So mark your calendars and drop your comments and tell me who you think is going to win and who you want to win. It's been a crazy year. I think if Paul doesn't win it, it's kind of a damn shame. He's played the best game, but we will see if not taking Kevin will bite him in the ass. It just might, and we'll see what happens. I'm Trey Alessio, the Dawn of Entertainment. You're watching the Big Brother Breakdown. Next week, we will know who wins the game. And then I'll have to roll out my campaign for BB20. Let's go, baby. Y'all want the Dawn of Entertainment in the house? Let's go. Tell your friends. Tell the casting director. Tell the producers. Shout me out and subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. I don't know if that's going to help, but I'll also drop in my audition tape for Big Brother 19 at the end of this season. So that'll be fun. So look out for that. I'm Trey Alessio, the Dawn of Entertainment. This is Big Brother Breakdown. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back for more.